Am I the asshole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression? I have a big family that's incredibly close. We have big family dinners every few months where we all meet at my great-grandfather's estate and eat together. Typically, how this works is that the women go cook for the time they are there, and the men don't, which I am fully aware of it's sexist as hell. That being said, I'm the one of the youngest people in family and my protests mean literally nothing. Some of those women choose not to cook, however, this is usually met with a level of ignoration. The women who don't cook are long-term girlfriends, so they already have a good family relationships. When I have seen new partners not cook, it has gone bad. Like complete ignoration, not speaking, and rudeness. This dinner will be in 2 weeks and my girlfriend was asked if she would attend. Initially, she said yes, which is great. I want for her to meet everyone and for everyone to get used to her being around. But when I explained to her the tradition, she was understandably bothered. I told her that I understood where she was coming from, however, it was best for everyone if she just played along. I told her this isn't a permanent thing and that I am only asking her to do this so that she can avoid bad treatment from the rest of the family. This is her first impression and I don't think it's best if we cause waves. She told me that it's unacceptable and that if she has to do that, she will not be going. I've tried to find a compromise with her on this, but she won't budge, and she's pissed at me. She told me that if I think it's acceptable to make her do this, I'm just as bad as everyone else. While my point is that she needs to make a good first impression. Am I the asshole? My wife was raped and manipulated by her boss. We have been together almost 6 years and I have no idea what to do. My wife was raped by her boss and since then she has Stockholm Syndrome. She ended up doing so many things out of character for him and lived in fear and depression trying to please that man. He lost his job for doing this and my wife also quit, but it's emotionally scaring. There's probably going to be a civil and criminal case in place to address the whole situation. But I can't help but feel numbed and still somewhat empathetic towards my wife. Even though it basically turned into a sexual assaulting relationship with a rapist due to unresolved trauma, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Support? Divorce? She's no longer the same person I have married 6 years ago. The boss was a master manipulator and caused her to think she initiated all the actions after being fed lies over and over and forced to overconsume alcohol. He controlled her so much and I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. She has never been unfaithful and had no intentions of cheating in our relationship, but drama does really some messed up stuff to people. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my bridesmaid wear her dead mother's favorite color to my wedding? I, 31 female, was married to my amazing husband, 34 male, on Friday. The wedding went smoothly, apart from one bridesmaid's dress preference, who we will call Anna. Anna's mother sadly passed away in January this year. Her mother was the light of her life, and ever since she passed, Anna has been understandably uptight and distant. I have helped Anna through her entire grieving time. We had been planning this wedding since December and decided we want an ocean-themed wedding. My family and I grew up on the seaside and have always been close to the ocean. I made it extremely clear to all of my bridesmaids that they were expected to wear blue, a coral pink or pastel green. Everyone agreed and seemed to love my choices. Anna's mother always loved the color dark, vibrant purple. Ever since she died, Anna would buy everything purple if there was a purple choice. Anna and me went for lunch a few weeks after the passing to catch up and support her. At lunch, Anna asked me if she could wear a purple dress to my wedding. I'm not crazy about themes usually, but since this wedding was themed to support my family's tradition and considering my maid of honor was already going to be wearing a gorgeous pastel blue dress with purple and gold accents, me and my husband, who I decided to call and discuss the idea with, politely told her that we understand what she's going through but really want bridesmaids on theme. To this, she looked hurt and left lunch earlier than expected. I hardly heard from Anna until around 4 weeks after our lunch, despite my attempts at texting, phoning, and even knocking on her door. But she had continued to shut me off. That was until she texted me, "What do you think of this dress?" and displayed many different purple dresses in photos. I kindly reminded Anna that she wouldn't be wearing a purple dress to my wedding. Anna was enraged. I tried to tell her that I understand her feelings, but my wedding is my own special day. To this, she blocked me. Anna unblocked me 2 days later, apologizing for the way she acted. Well, when the wedding rolled around, Anna showed up in a purple dress. I asked her why she had gone against my wishes and that she either had to change or leave. To this, she told me to stop creating a scene and that I was being dramatic and disrespectful. Anna broke out in a screaming match and called me and my family insensitive, selfish bastards. She was escorted out of the door, screaming. Once the wedding has ended, I received messages from Anna's family, friends, and even Anna, and they were all saying how Anna was going through a lot and that I was being an asshole. So, am I the asshole for not just letting Anna wear the damn purple dress as my bridesmaid? My boyfriend confessed to me a couple of days ago that he used to abuse his ex-girlfriends. I don't know if I want to continue this relationship. I've been with my boyfriend for about a year now. When I met him, he told me that he was in therapy, was working through things, and was trying to be a better person. That was the extent of it, though I tried to ask for a few questions. He is a person who, from his perspective, grew up in an upper-class neighborhood, but a very violent home life. His mom would constantly be physically and mentally abused on a daily basis by his dad. Accordingly to my boyfriend, she would constantly blame herself and promise to behave better. He thought this type of relationship is normal, especially since his parents were together his whole life. So every relationship he got into, he copied his father. He abused every girlfriend he had from the age of 16 to 28, whether emotionally, mentally, or physically. During that time period, no one ever reported him or pressed charges. I know because I checked. 2 years ago, his mom found out the courage to leave his father and talked to my boyfriend about the amount of abuse she had endured from his father for decades. That conversation basically woke something up in him, and he went and got help. He told me all of this earlier this week. He said I'm the first healthy relationship he has had. He also said that he regrets what he has done and that for the last 2 years he has tried to make a change, even though he understands there is no apology that can make up for what he did to his exes. To be honest, I'm scared of him now, mostly because it was only his mom leaving her abusive relationship that made him realize that what he was doing to his exes was wrong. He thought abuse was okay and was stopping him from falling into his old ways. I no longer feel safe around him, whether as a romantic partner or a friend, and I don't know if I should just end it.